we back. We are back. We are back. We are back. And you know it's your boy Boom Bam. I got the homie Cool on here, way too cool. And this is going for the gusto. This is the
Podcast.
podcast, baby. How you feeling today, dog?
Man, feeling great, baby. Feeling great. Back off the clock, sitting back in my chair at home, relaxing, ready to talk about some good football, man. Tell me what you got for me today, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So today, bro, we got one topic and one topic only. It's going to be a topic for videos to come because it is a lot. But for all the football fans, we all tune into it every single year. It's the NFL's top 100 players. So
All
every
right.
year they release the top 100 players. Everybody has mixed emotions about it because sometimes your favorite players are too low, sometimes other players are too high. So that's what we're gonna get into today, man. We're gonna talk about the top 100. So we're gonna start off like we're gonna start from 100 and work our way up, and then we're just gonna see how far we get. Obviously, we're not gonna do all 100 to one all in one day.
Right.
I think it made it to 21. So over the next 3 days, they're going to release all the rest of the list. So right now, it's mainly just 100 to 21. So we're just going to see how far we get through the list. And obviously, y'all stay tuned because we're going to definitely cover the whole list once we get the chance. But so we're going to rock with that. So right now, y'all, I'm going to just run through the names and then we're going to kind of give our opinions on where these players are ranked, if they're ranked correctly. And y'all let us know in the comments, man, like what players y'all like on the list, what players y'all think should be off the list, what y'all think about what we got to say about it. So
Just
we're gonna
talk
go
to us,
ahead.
man. Put it down in the comment box below.
For sure. So boom. So we're gonna start with 100. We got Devontae Smith, wide receiver for the
I'm hurting
Philadelphia
already.
Eagles.
I'm hurting already. I'm in pain.
What you
I'm in
got?
pain, bro. Man, listen, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Everybody knows. Everybody knows what time it is. But Devontae Smith at number 100, I just feel like that's crazy, man. I mean, the opposite side of A.J. Brown, do we not think that Devontae Smith was holding it down on that offense? Like, it's crazy. Like number one, he's got 1,196 yards, seven
Right.
touchdowns receptions, and he's got 95 receptions in total. I
He had a good season.
He had a good season,
Yeah,
man.
he
Put
had a
him
good
at the
season.
very last of the list at the top 100.
I
Eh,
don't think I don't think 100 is a bad spot for him.
you don't think so?
But as we go through the list and we see other players, then we will get a better idea. But I don't think 100 is bad.
That's not
Like,
justice. That's not justice.
nah. So I was 100. So all right. So let's keep rocking through a little bit. So DeMarcus Lawrence is at 99. I don't think he needs to be on the list at all. That's just me.
No, see, you know what I'm talking about? DeMarcus Lawrence. Now that's my linebacker. Now I wouldn't have put him over Devontae Smith. That's
DeMar,
just DeMarcus.
the
100
Marcus Lawrence had 6 sacks
That's not
last year. He had 3 forced fumbles, and 2 fumbles recovered.
right.
So 6 sacks playing DN is not great. It's not bad, but I don't know if that deserves to be on the top 100. It's so much other
Right.
ends I would take
Elements
over
there.
him. It'll be very interesting to see where Micah Parsons is at on the list, because that'll kind of give an idea. But top 100, I'm not sure. Like, we're gonna have to kind of see what's going on with that. As far as him being above Devontae Smith, I agree with you there. I don't think he needs to be above him.
I don't think he needs to be above. I mean, he's got 43 solo tackles too. I mean, he had a decent season. I mean, but I think he had decent enough of a season that keeps him on the list. It just I don't think he need to be passing nobody else. But
I think they giving DeMarcus Lawrence credit from. I think they're still giving him credit from two
yeah,
years ago
he
when he had
riding
that
off
real
the
good
hype,
season.
man.
Yeah.
He riding off a hype, man. And this is no disrespect to DeMarcus Lawrence, man, because the man works hard. He's a workhorse, but I've seen the decline here, man, and I gotta see a little more for you, buddy boy.
All right, so 98, we got Tristan Wirfs. I think Tristan Wirfs is way too low on this list. I think Tristan Wirfs is one of the better tackles in the NFL. Um, I don't believe. I think he should probably. If you ask me, Tristan Wirfs should be somewhere in the 60s or 50s as a player.
I mean, he made second team All Pro. I mean,
Right.
he's at 98. That's kind of wild. Like DeMarcus
And,
Lawrence got selected to be he got selected to be in a Pro Bowl, not All Pro, but the Pro Bowl.
right.
And Wirfs is
Right.
like one
Exactly.
step ahead of him. Like, what happened?
Exactly.
List.
So I think Tristan Wirfs just getting a bad look because of how Tampa Bay didn't look like themselves last year, but I still think Tristan Wirfs is a really good player. I would take him any day, so I think he should be higher. At 97, we got Hitman Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith is getting older, so I know why he's down. But Hitman Harrison is still a playmaker at the safety position. Like, he still makes plays.
Right.
He's all around the field. He is getting older. I think a couple of years ago, like 3 years ago, when the top 100 list came out, he was somewhere in like the 30s or something, and I was like, okay, cool, yeah, like he's that playmaker. But now he's getting up there in age, so I really think he only got 1 or 2 good seasons really left in him. So I understand him being lower, but you know,
Yeah,
that's
man. You
kind
know
of
the
really
veterans come with age, man. I mean, 5 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. I mean,
5 interceptions is still good though
it
for
is
him.
good. Yeah, no.
That's
So
cool.
you know,
This is where it gets spicy. 96 is Trevor Lawrence. That's not right. That's not right. Trevor Lawrence
that's not
Trevor
funny.
Lawrence has to at least be like,
That's not funny.
shout out to Queso, bro. Shout out to Queso, man. But like,
Well, shout out to you, bro. I wish you were here for this one, because boy,
Cheese would have went ballistic, dog. He would have lost it. He would have been like, nah,
he would have
it's
lost
not.
his mind, bro.
He
His
would have been
mind,
like, nah,
religion.
not like this. So we agree. Trevor Lawrence is just too low. He had 4,000 yards. I mean, this was his first Pro Bowl. He had 4,000 yards though. Over 4,000 yards passing, which
That's
is
great. 1,000 yards. That's good.
95 is Jamal Williams. He had a great season last year. 17 rushing touchdowns is crazy in a season.
That is crazy.
That's a lot of touchdowns. He led the league in rushing touchdowns.
He did.
And
And he
the
rushed
only,
for 1,000 yards.
and the only reason he didn't have more yards is because he didn't start off the season starting. DeAndre Swift was starting, then he got hurt.
Right.
So like if he started the entire season, he at least have like 1,400 yards rushing.
Right. I mean, he's starting this year, so I mean, I guess we'll see what he's made of now. So
Yeah, on
traded DeAndre Swift, so
he on the Saints now, which is going to be interesting with
Yeah.
tomorrow. That's going to be, you know what? That just made me think about something for fantasy. So for all y'all fantasy players, y'all know what I'm thinking.
fantasy episode's coming soon too, y'all. Don't worry about it. Leave some comments down below. All the fantasy stuff that you want us to talk about. Any ideas? We read all the comments.
We read all the comments for sure. 94 is my boy Scary Terry McLaurin.
How
Now,
you that?
so I'm gonna be candid with y'all. You know what I'm saying? The subs, y'all my family, man. I appreciate y'all. When I first saw the list, I said, you know what, 90 something ain't that bad for Terry. Till I saw some of the wide receivers that was up higher. I was like, hold on now. Let's all chill out for a second, man. So honestly, Terry is too low based on the list, not based on because when it's a top 100 list, it's hard to get a lot of players on there. But
Right.
Terry is definitely too low as far as for that list. But I expect Terry to have a breakout season this season, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, he almost had 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns, 77 receptions, man. So I mean, like he had a really good year, and I think he's gonna have an even better year this year too.
I think Terry's a top 10 receiver. So if you have 10 receivers on the list, then
I mean, I think he has the ability to be a top 10 receiver, yeah. But we gonna have to see, man. His fate is in the hands of Sam Howell. We gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see.
Fair
His
enough.
feet is in his hands.
That's fair enough. So we got Eric Kendricks. middle linebacker from the Vikings who is now on the Chargers. I love Eric Kendricks. I think he
Me
has
too.
been a consistent, really good linebacker. He was my fantasy linebacker for a long time, um, until I was able to get Fred. So that was a different
Dude,
story. but
bro, the legacy
but
of Red, dude. I was so tired of that.
yeah. So what you think about Eric?
I mean, Eric is definitely. I think he's definitely underrated for who he is. I think Eric Kendricks can actually go higher into this list. I think he could actually make it like 85. Um, it depends on the next numbers that come up in here, but I see him like in the mid 80s. I think putting him here is a little bit low for him. But I guess we'll kind of see where the next people will go from there. I mean, the man's got he's got 87 tackles. So I mean, he's close to that 100 range. So
Okay, so we got 92 is Marlon Humphrey. Um, shout out to my boy Trey Beasy, man, which is an argument we've been having for years. But Marlon Humphrey at 92, I don't really have too much of a problem with it. I know my boy think Marlon Humphrey is a really, he is a talented corner. The Baltimore Ravens they have an overall good defense, but I don't really have a problem with him at 92. What you think?
I think Marlon Humphrey is good at 92. I think his stats really take you away with it because when you watch Marlon Humphrey play, there's things that look really good, and to me, there's things that are very questionable. So time at the time, I struggled with how I felt about him until I really had to check the stats with him. To be honest with you, from just watching his gameplay, that I think I just got to see a little bit more. I got to see a little bit more consistency up front with him so that I can feel a little bit better because I see him as a really good player, but I can't see the consistency behind it. But he's got the numbers to prove it. So who am I? But
For sure. 91. 91 and 90 get real interesting. So we can put 91 and 90 together. 91 is Dalvin Cook and 90 is DeAndre Hopkins.
which Dalvin Cook is still also a free agent, by the way. But,
Right. That's weird, right? To be on the top 100 list and be a free agent. But
it's weird, man. I can go for it. It's weird, but you also do see the same thing, like year after year. You do see a digression in his progress. So I mean, um, it's not unheard of for him to be free agent, but I wouldn't have thought that he would have been free agent this long. But,
yo, 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 you back? You back?
oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay, word. It cut out for a second. I don't know if that was you or me, but let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Okay, wow.
I think both Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins are too low. I think Dalvin Cook, like you say, is declining, but you still can't find for either of those players. It's hard to find 10 players better than them at their position.
Yeah, like
So
I got Dalvin Cook in top 10 out of running backs in the league right now, and talent and ability. I got Dalvin Cook in the top 10. So for the fact he's free agent, I don't get it. I understand. I've seen the numbers. I ran it. I've seen the decline, but I don't think he's at that point in his career right now that everybody says, well, we don't need him. That just kind of seems off the wall. But
and this is what I say about his decline, and we can keep going. I'm gonna say this about Dalvin Cook's decline, what everybody talking about, and they probably said the same thing about DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins was suspended, so he didn't get to play a full season. And then Dalvin Cook, even though he had less rushing yards than his last two seasons, his yards per carry were about the same. So
right.
he had less carries because the Vikings were in games where they had to throw the ball a lot more. So I'm gonna leave that at that.
Yeah, the DeAndre Hopkins missed a lot of the season, and he still almost broke 1,000 yards. He had like 724 yards or something like that. Like he almost broke 1,000. He missed like half the season.
Right. Where so let's keep on rocking.